ropes you back in, you know.
Oh, why? I thought they were going into liquidation. Or going. Oh, no, never again.
You can't hear it, there's no one that'll do it again. I won't do it again.
No, I'll tell them that. I'll say no, I haven't got anyone. If you say, oh, we don't, I'll say no, I'm not saying that. I'm not interested. That's 50 quid a month I could have put away. And it was all because Lynn had an idea.
Sorry.
So don't worry about it. It's nearly paid off.
What did you say?
I said, don't worry about it, it's nearly paid off, so there's 6 more payments after this one.
Yeah, that's it. It's getting
That's how
there.
I look at it.
Yo, John.
But yeah, you know. That's what I'm saying though, you know, just focus on yourself. Sod everyone else.
I can't open it. What? I'll show you.
And to be fair, you have got half lights on. I did it a little bit.
It's the best I can do.
Yeah, you still did something at least.
Oh yeah, we've worked out what we're going to do at that desk today.
Yeah, well, like...
You don't put your big fucking truck on it. Get off the kitchen, out the kitchen, because it's only going to keep getting covered in grease.
Soda. Nice.
What are you going to watch?
And yes, before anyone says it, I do have permission from SimSport Racing to do this. Before I even thought about it, I had asked permission.
I thought you were racing.
I am, love, I'm not in the first race.
Why?
Because that's Pro and there's Pro-Am, which I'm in.
Oh, right. When's that?
After this race.
Oh, bollocks. I'll have to use, can I use your phone tomorrow evening when you come in?
Yeah, why?
I can't ring them about the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought of it now. I'm going to do you and Glyn tikka biryani for a stir fry tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then Tuesday I've got ribs. Better have fucking salt in them.
Yeah. The other thing is though, for next, like, I don't know, month after we move in, we're going to be...
Right, the schedule for this is
we're gonna be
every
fighting
other
over
race
2 feet.
I'm racing
Yeah.
in. I missed the first one, I'm in the
You'll
second,
enjoy it.
missed the third, in the fourth,
The thing is, I'm not,
and so on.
don't take it the wrong way, I'm not sad about leaving it, it's just, I'm happy about starting a new
No
thing.
crying because you'll start me off.
Oh, I'll be alright. You know.
That's what I said to Elaine. Don't start crying because it'll start me off.
I don't think Elaine really cries, but...
Actually, Lee said she was quite sad.
I think I qualified
Yeah, she was
mid-pack
quite sad
about
that she had to
12th
leave.
Aww.
Like
for
I
my
told
race.
him, I said, you're doing it for your sons. I wouldn't
Makes
want
us
you
a
to
shit
stay
hole. It's a fucking
just
shit
for me.
hole, that.
Exactly. I want you to stay just for me.
And the fact is, you know...
And I'll be glad to have a room. Myself.
if you save up enough money, you can always go down. You know.
Well, that's what we plan on doing. I said to Glenn, if I can save up that £1,440 and he gets that van and he passes tests and pay insurance and that on it, he can fuck off down there one weekend.
Yeah, just give
Oh, he ring us.
Yeah, just say like, look, we were thinking coming down these days, how do they suit you? But don't forget, she's a working woman now, so she might be working if she's still at that job.
Yeah.
But you'll see that you might see the point. You're probably best off going down if you can save up enough money because hotel prices do go up.
Yeah, I know.
If you can go down in half term,
Yeah.
so that you can see the boys, so that even if the days at work, like for 4 hours that day or something, you'll still see the boys.
Yeah, that's it.
You know.
Still have to listen.
Oh, yeah, you can.
My baby.
But you know what? I know it sounds daft. I'm not sad, but as hard as it is leaving in its own way, I'm excited because I feel like this.
You're getting somewhere.
I bought a bloody house. I bought a house.
Yeah.
I'm being rude. I'm not looking down on anyone, but I'm the first one in the family to do it.
But the thing is, you're going to
I
find
mean,
it hard
not
for
on
the
my own,
first couple of
obviously.
months
Oh yeah.
with the bills, because the bills are
We've
pouring
got
the
to come in,
door.
we've got a TV license, council tax, water, electric, gas. We've got all that to come
But you
in.
are better off with a prepayment meter for the gas and
Yeah,
electric.
that's what we want.
So I always better with that.
But yeah, you know. But I mean what I say, just focus on yourself.
I am. I'm going to try and
You
do it.
know, just try. You've done enough for us, you know, like not for us, like, you
Yeah, I
know.
know what you mean. But yeah, I'll get you to deposit that money to you then to get out in December.
Yeah, and don't forget.
I'm just going to leave some money in my savings account for
Yeah.
towards what I'm gonna, I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start putting like £100 or £150 a month away.
Yeah.
So come Christmas, I can just bam it all out. All your presents are fucking sorted.
So that's it.
I'll go get a Christmas tree, yeah?
Yeah, you said I've got a 3-foot white one.
Yeah, it's downstairs in the pantry.
Is it?
Yeah.
I do not remember this
You've
tree.
had it since Mexico, Sarah.
I remember having a pink one.
Yeah, you had that one in Mexico. You had this one since Wyburn, that's it. Yeah.
But obviously, I know it's true if you're saying it, but I just, you
Yeah,
know,
so
when
got
I
it.
go,
Yeah, I've still kept it for you.
oh, thank you. Because that's probably all
And if
we'll
you need
have.
any decorations, I've got loads. Poppy Hawkins
That's
on them.
probably all we'll have, like a tree with like some decoration. Because it's only us.
And some lights. You need a string lights for that.
Yeah, that's what I meant, like, you
See,
know.
I'm putting up a tree and window lights. That's all I'm putting up. I'm not
Yeah,
even
but
putting up
that's
the
good enough.
garland.
That's good enough though, in my opinion.
Oh,
I will never put up ceiling decorations. Never.
See, I would. If I had
I
kids
don't like
around
them
me, I would
because
have to have
They
ceiling
take the
decorations.
paint off half the time. and you
No,
think,
not
well,
if you use drawing pins. You can
yeah, but
don't
then
see them
still,
well.
we've got dots. You know,
Nah, see.
not for me. And plus, I don't like going high. I don't know.
I knew them lap times would come down with slipstream.
But yeah, and don't forget, I know that I'm leaving, but I'm not far.
I know, but every now and then, just send me a text.
Of course I will. Look
And
at
I'll
like
send you a text.
block. You know, I'm not gonna do
How
that.
are you?
Exactly. You know, we don't have to have like 2-hour-long conversations, but just
No.
a quick text like, "Hey, how you doing today?" You know.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know, right? You know, and then I will phone you every now and again, and then I'll probably pop down every now and again. Won't be popping down as often. But,
No, I wouldn't expect you to pop down for the first 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, just because it's gonna be mental.
Yeah.
For the first 4 weeks, maybe. I don't know. Thing is, I've never done this before, so I don't know how much. It could be mental for 2 months. I don't know. Could be mental for 3 weeks.
But just remember,
No
if
idea.
you need advice on that, just ring me.
I know, mate. I would.
If
I
you
would
need-
ring you over
If
everyone.
you're not sure about something, like even if it's something silly like the washing,
Yeah. You
just
know.
ring me and I'll let you know.
Like. More.
Right, fucking dipshit.
Right,
Told
Glenn,
Rachel
Glenn.
better than that.
Glenn, I know I said to first phone me, but she phoned me
She's
about this
fucking
shit.
taking the piss now. Yeah,
Right,
I'll probably see you in the morning.
yeah, see you later.
Alright,
Bye.
my love.
She got pissed off.
Jack's not doing too bad. He's sat in 8th at the moment.
Great.
Mhm.
By the time I go to bed, I'll have that many left.
Mhm.
So they're mine for tomorrow.
And I've got that
Yeah. But I'm saying by the time I go
at the
to
minute.
sleep.
I've
Yeah.
got that.
Did you? Yeah. You know, no.
Oh, that one. Okay. For Ford, really unlucky for Ford then, because he lost 2 places because of that dude.
sure Johnny's gonna get it. He'll be funny. Say, Mary, take your back.
Well, no, she's no problem now. No.
Oh, yeah, but because I looked like that earlier. But obviously, like that,
You
we
know,
couldn't really see no. So I just had a look.
Just check.
Yeah, I just had a look at the mirror, like, I wonder if I can't see it.
Sweat spot.
Yeah, because it's where we ties up together. So,
What do you like it?
easy.
I know you got spots on your legs, though. You like
It's from shaving and just, you know, and because it's still a bit warm, my sides still stick together. But it
Yeah.
don't stick that here, stick it right at the very top where your jeans don't meet.
Yeah. Are you wearing your blue coat tomorrow?
I don't think so, it doesn't
Oh,
need
I'm sorry tomorrow.
cheers. We
I'm
still got
sorry.
toy.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. So. Yeah, dickhead. You were counting down your days at work.
But to be honest, it's really hard because I need to concentrate with that. I don't think I'm gonna.
Well, you have to.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Job.
Well, Mum, they're not gonna find me if I'm not concentrating. They don't even know half the time.
Right,
She's a
I will
great
see
dog.
you in the morning.
Yeah, you know what to do.
See you in the morning, sweetheart.
Go on forward. No, John. Andy Ford's doing well for his first race. Yeah, good luck all. Cheers, like. Oh, bad that corner. Lag, I know you're still watching. Is this your inquiry against me? I don't know if there's a steward's inquiry. That little alpha behind me's quick. I'm not gonna deny. No game sound. Oh, I have to sort that out in a minute, bro. I can't do it in a minute. Oh, I don't think I did so bad there.
I'll go 6 for tomorrow. Okay.
Well, I've got to go into a different... Well done, Mark and Stu. What would be showing on there? Like, what the hell? One second, love.
Yeah, try and keep your voice down a bit.
Why is... Why is that not coming through there now? I can hear the game, but it ain't coming through here. So why is it not coming through there?
But
1 minute, I'll try to sort this, it's still nothing.
I'm just letting you know I'll go 6 for tomorrow.
Yeah, I know that.
And keep your voice down a little bit.
Right, that should have fixed my game sound.
Yeah, but Dorrington is coming on to him, and Seville now can breathe a little bit, and Dorrington is going on the outside, but nothing to it. The Groot is basically now at back of the Seville, but you can see the difference with the pace now in the first race and this one because of the ballast, right? So Seville cannot get, even if with the battle behind him, he cannot breathe.
Absolutely. Well, here we've got the teammates going at each other. Regan Mitchell and Stephen Haley seem to be going at each other here. The Honda of Cameron 5 not far behind at all. So these two are going to have to fight themselves and also defend off the Hondas. So this battle of Hondas at the back here with Dave Russell, the top Honda at the moment in 5th place.
Sorry
Fighting with
about
Mark
that,
Pinlock.
people,
Matt
but I had a
Dorrington
quick
still on the back
issue
of
sorting
Cohen de
sound.
Groot. Not far behind Jonathan Seville is Cohen.
Is that better,
So here we go. Andrew Ford and
John?
Cameron Fife have had an accident, believe, further back. Cameron Fife now dropping to the back of the grid. Looks like he's lost 3 seconds to Andrew Ford. So another small incident in the background. There you can see the two SimSport racing cars in the background. And David Moll seems to be dropping off the back of this front three slightly. So there we go. A little bit of contact again. Looked like Roy and what seemed to be Dave having a small tangle there as Aaron Large is trying to get round the inside of the AJR car, being pushed wide. Cameron Fife's motorsport car, Dave Wrestle, is trying to fend off the AJR car as well, while also trying to chase Mark Pinmont and David Moult.
Yeah, definitely, but he is defending very well. He is in the control of the car constantly, and we are seeing now Dorrington with the Groot. Right? He made a move, and he's in the second place. He's a beautiful test to defend against the Groot.
Groot's looking up the inside again. It looks like the Alpha's going to have a superior brake force. It does look like he's going to make
Third.
a move. Dorrington somehow holds around the outside, so a beautiful move there.
Nice.
Just keep it stick as Roy Grassi is in front. So Grassi now dropping back, further back, down past. There we go, we've just been told he went slightly deep on the brakes, so that's a really unfortunate situation for Roy Grassi. Meanwhile, Matt Dorrington is still under attack from the Alfa Romeos, and Mark Pinlock's decided to join the battle here as well, as Aaron Large runs really wide out of the exit, so it looks like he's going to lose a couple of positions there as well. Matt Dorrington being chased ever so slightly by Cohen de Groot. Cohen de Groot is not giving up on that second place hunt, as Matt Dorrington is just trying to close the gap here between himself and Johnny Seville. David Moult still under attack from Mark Pinlock. Mark Pinlock in the Audi seems to have superior grip out of the last turn. So it looks like he's going to try and make the move into turn 1. There we go. So he pulls alongside now, I think. There we go. He's going to pull alongside the braking zone. David Moll's just going to hold the inside line here, but looks like Pinlock may try the inside line. No, he's not going to. Roy Grassi making a move on what looked to be Regan Mitchell. It was. So Regan Mitchell now dropping down into 9th place, or 10th place even, sorry, next to Roy Grassi.
Yeah, but what is interesting...
Nice going, man, nice going. There were a lot of collisions in that race, though, man.
Battling behind him, as we can see here, David Russell and Grassi and Mitchell battling for the 8th position, right? And we see Grassi going on the inside, and he's getting the job done. That's excellent from Grassi.
So Roy Grassi, Scotsman, goes through past Dave Russell. Next car on the road is Stephen Haley with Aaron Large. So we're getting little packs here forming as little duos between each driver as they fight. As Matt Dorrington is still closing the gap. He's now going to bring it down to just under a second, which then bounces back up over a second. So David Mould is also fighting with Mark Pinlock. And they're about a second and a bit back from the top 3 of Cohen, Matt and Johnny. But David, still a very good race, potentially a redemption race here for the German at his home race.
Yeah, he had a little bit of misfortune in the last race, but that doesn't mean he just needs to look forward, right, and forget about the bad ones and try to do what he can do. He's not that far off the Groot, right? So with 11 minutes up until the end of the race, right, we can see a lot. But as we are seeing Pimlot going on to the attack, he had a lot of grip and nice exit from the last corner.
Looks like a nice exit, but is he going to have the superior run into turn 1? He's going to have the inside line, so David Moll's going to send it really deep on the brakes. He's not going to have the defensive line there. He's pretty much given up the position there to Mark Pinlock. And Mark Pinlock's now gone through. Dave Russell's now gone back on the inside of Regan Mitchell. Regan Mitchell's going to try and hold the line through. So David Moll's now lost the position to Mark Pimlott. He's going to look down the inside. He can make the move back. It's going to be an amazing move. He pushes a little bit wide, but they both get through fairly cleanly. It's a little bit of rubbing, but rubbing is racing, as they say. So Cohen de Groot now dropping off the back of Matt Dorrington. David Moll still fighting the two Audis there behind him of Mark Pimlott and Aaron Large. Aaron Large is going to look round the outside there of Mark Pimlott. Not a very good idea there in the last turn.
He's exactly doing the same thing as he did in the last lap. He went too deep on the exit, and now he's again in the same problem. Right? Now we will see what happens in this one. He has a little bit more speed, I guess.
I think, yeah, it looks like Mark Pimlott's got a little bit more speed here. So he's now going to try the same move again. David Moll's going to try the same defensive position, run around the outside. He's going to try and fend off two cars at once here. The German's now going to fend off two cars. Mark Pimlott's going to make the move through. Can he hold the defensive line again? David Moll's not going to have the same run that he did last time. So he's now going to have to defend from Aaron Large as well. So a bit of a poor exit there from David Moll has put him under attack from the Audi of Aaron Large.
Yeah, and Pimlott now have a little bit of space to breathe, and he's getting this exit perfectly well. We are seeing.
Well, I got told to go into interview room for commentary, but
right.
I don't know what's happening. I'm still sat there.
That's Aaron Large going through on David Moll. David Moll fighting back though. It looks like he's going to have a better run towards turn one. The Alpha has now pulled alongside and nosed in front, but there we go, the brakes. He's been pushed onto the outside line. It's not this weird fancy line there. Very difficult to defend or overtake on the outside. You need that a little bit of that inside line. But he's going to have a look round into the chicane.
I believe I got some subs during that race.
Defensive.
Not 100% sure because I was concentrating on what I was doing, but
also, there we go,
much
Stephen
appreciated,
Hayes right
peoples.
back, not far behind Roy Grassi, Dave Russell, Cameron Fife. You know, Regan Mitchell, sorry, is not far behind. So Cameron Fife is a bit further back with Andrew Ford right in the background. So we're not quite sure where they are on track, whether they're going to become a back marker factor or not. We're not quite sure with 8 minutes left to go. We can see there Stephen Haley right on the back of the German, and Aaron Large in his yellow, grey and white Audi.
Yeah, this battle is heating up. We have 8 minutes and he's coming back on the side, and Moll is on the inside. He will keep that place or take the place. Oh, a little bit of touch there, but
a little bit too much curb there from David Moll has allowed Stephen Haley to close up the gap once again. Stephen Haley's now going to look round to the inside of the Audi. He thinks better of it, but he's going to try and get a better run through this turn here, and hopefully push himself past these two cars in front of him, and then onto the back of Mark Pimlott, and then hopefully Cohen de Groot. Once again, we've got three different drivers in three different manufacturers in the top three. Jonathan Seville, Matt Dorrington, the same story as usual so far. Cohen de Groot, the newcomer, in the top three there, and Mark Pimlott not far behind though.
yeah, Jonathan Seville did an excellent job. He stayed out of trouble. He had a little bit of battle at the start, but everybody behind him had a lot of battles. So basically, your tires will be damaged more than his if he's not doing the right thing. But we are seeing here Haley going on the inside. He's trying to get the run for it behind two cars. He will get a lot of slipstream.
David Moll just about defends from Aaron Large in the Audi. The Alfa Romeo trying to make itself as wide as possible for a small car. He's making it very wide, and the Honda isn't far behind either. There we go. The Honda's now following through. David Moll, Aaron Large defending on that outside line. Going to look to try and outbrake, I think, the German into the final turn. He does. He looks to outbrake him. David Moll runs super deep again. This is going to allow two drivers through at once, so he's not only lost two positions by running deep there, he's now going to try and also fend off Roy Grassi, who's not far behind at all. So here we go. David Moll's now going to try and find his way back through.
Oh no, a little bit of touch.
Gives him a little bit of a shove to say, come on, let's get going. He wants to get through. The German is in a rush there. He's going to try and make the positions back. He's gone really wide. I'm not sure how that's going to work for him. It's not worked very well at all. Roy Grassi's closed up.
Right, 1 minute, just going up to the toilet. Back in a sec.
The leaders have got gaps between themselves, so there's not much changing at the front three at the moment. Keep you updated on that. Stephen Haley's still fighting for that 5th place with Aaron Large and David Moll. Obviously, this is kind of important as well, because not only are they fighting for points here, they're also fighting for the reverse grid pole. They want that reverse grid pole. Obviously, it's a random draw, but being in the top, I believe it's the top 8, or sorry, top 10 is important factor. You need to be within the top 10, and more importantly, I believe outside of the top 5. So Stephen Haley, while he may take that 5th place, will be in the reverse, obviously in the reverse pole, isn't the greatest position.
Yeah, but I don't think he thinks about that at the moment, right? He wants to get that car in front of him. He wants to to take that 4th place for Pimot, right? So, but we see a great battle here with the guys, and Steve needs to get on it. It's still 5 minutes left, right? So they're basically constantly battling, as you can see, and the pace is not very different from these guys, so they're keeping a tight bunch there.
There we go. As we can see, the race leader here, Jonathan Seville, really not been challenged much other than that first lap. So Matt Dorrington has got a lot of work to do to try and catch our race leader here. Cohen de Groot has dropped off the back, so Cohen de Groot still in a comfortable position enough here to potentially take his first I believe this could be his first podium in the VTCC here. So again, obviously with the lack of the front runners in the standings today, it's going to allow these drivers a potential at the podium, and I think that's what they all realise. They all realise that they're going to fight each other as hard as possible to get this, these podiums while the faster drivers are away.
And as we saw before, right, it's really unpredictable. Nothing we can predict. Something that will happen. It's always mashing up as we don't see it, right? So basically, yeah, it's a fun to see. Not everybody is basically taking all the first places, all the podiums, right? So as we are seeing now, the mall attacked by Large, right?
Absolutely, Aaron Large still on the back of David Moll. David Moll not being given a second to breathe at all here. As we watch from the back, German flag in the bottom of the screen there, being chased by the British driver Aaron Large. Aaron Large still not off the back of David Moll by much. He's just slowly seems to be pulling a gap here. So David just needs to get in a rhythm and put his head down and try and catch Stephen Haley in 5th place here. He's going to still give it a very good go in the full send car. Aaron Large in the 11th racing car, trying to catch up with David Moll.
Yeah, but Steve now got a little bit of gap so he can breathe us. We are seeing Regan Mitchell and David Russell battling. Regan is on his tail and he will get on the side, but will he overtake him? Still not yet. Regan is getting on the inside. Russell is going on deep on the outside and he's losing position for that. That's an excellent move from Regan Mitchell.
Absolutely. Very well worked there from Regan Mitchell. There we go, as we see him now chasing down the rest of the drivers here. The next car on the road is Roy Grassi. David Moll still sort of under attack here from Aaron Large, a little bit less so now. But we go with Matt Dorrington once again is closing up on the back of Johnny Seville. Can he make something of it in the last 2.5 minutes of the race? So we've had the 15.5 minutes of a race so far, and Jonathan Seville has been racing and commanding for most of this race. So he now has the opportunity here to take a second race win away from Matt Dorrington. But obviously he's not going to do that easily, and Matt Dorrington will fight back with everything he's got here. You can see potentially the tyres on the Audi are starting to go here because the gap is closing down rapidly. Jonathan Seville now has to defend from the championship leader Matt Dorrington as they come towards turn 1 in the last 2 minutes. We've got about 3 laps to go. As we see Matt Dorrington following, it gives a little bit of nudge. Contact between the two drivers, so contact. David Moll's entered the pit, so David Moll's had a situation where he's dropped down to the pit lane. So whatever's happened to David Moll, we're not quite sure. We'll see what happens to him. But that's contact between Dorrington and Jonathan Seville. Could that decide the race here? Could it mean that Dorrington's, all the hard work that Dorrington's done to close up to the back of the Pulse Simsport driver is going to have to try and gain all of it back in this last little bit of the race? David Moll.
That was a brave move, but he outbraked himself, and luckily it wasn't too much of a damage for both cars. They didn't spin in the wrong way, and they are still racing, and we are getting into penultimate lap, where we'll see. If Dorrington had too much damage in that accident, he may not catch Seville, but Seville is now a big role of his tires because they are weared out more than before because of his ballast. So he may not be as fast as he was as we saw it on the last lap where Darlington hit him on T1, right? But we'll see. He still has a lap and a half to try to get another win.
Absolutely, a lap and a half to go, and that's all that separates him and race 2 victory here at the Nürburgring. Matt Darlington not far behind at all still, so there's still all to play for between the two drivers here. The Audi seems to be a little bit more planted with the extra weight. Matt Darlington still also has extra weight, so both of them will be feeling it a little bit more as Cohen de Groot looks set to take P3 here. So it's a battle of the victors here. It looked to be that Matt Darlington had a faster lap, but only by a 10th on the last lap, so it's not enough really to catch the back of Johnny Seville and pass him. So it's all to play for still, but it's a lot of work to do, a big ask for Matt Darlington to catch the back of Johnny Seville in time.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, I draw with Jonathan. He defends very well, so he will not try not to lose that first position in the last few corners.
Absolutely right there. So as we come through to the last couple of corners now, Johnny Seville looks set to be quite comfortable here. It's close, but it's not close enough. Johnny Seville comes through the last major corner, so we're going to see if Matt Darlington can pull almost a second gap into the final turn. No, there's not enough in it. Going to be close, but not enough. Jonathan Seville set to take race 2. He does take race 2 in commanding fashion once again. Matt Darlington second place, Cohen de Groot in third. I believe that may be his first podium for the season. Mark Pinmont in 4th, Stephen Haley in 5th, with Aaron Large and Roy Grassi taking up 6th and 7th, with Regan Mitchell not far behind. Dave Russell coming through the final corner now for 9th place. Ooh, pardon me, sorry, as Cameron 5 is still under attack from David Moore, so David Moore may get 10th place yet. But more importantly, 10th place is the final place in the reverse grid pole. So Cameron 5 looks set to take the reverse grid pole position random draw area. So there we go. As the final racer comes through now, that is Andrew Ford. So race 2 a little bit less hectic, but still plenty of action.
Plenty of action. That was excellent to see. Very respectable. A few touches here and there, but I loved it. We had a lot of great battles throughout the field. We had a great battle at front up until that touch at the end in the second to last corner, second to last lap. But it happens. They are all trying to get a win, right? And if that didn't happen, we would see different outcome.
Yeah, absolutely right there. But so race 2 does go the way of Pulse Sim Sport and
Just hope I've got better sound this time. Oh, here we go again. Have I got sound now, John? Hopefully we've got a bit better sound now. Nice, John. I've got ballast on, John. So I've got excess weight on. Just haven't got the power, John. Well, since he's got no ballast and he's got 4-wheel fucking drive. There's no way that's a 2-wheel drive car. Thank you. This ballast is killing me though. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
wait for the results for the second reverse grid, we're going to have a quick look.
I get a 15-20 minute break now just to sit back, chill before my next race. But yeah, it's not looking bad up to now. I think it seems we seem to be doing reasonably well. I'm not saying we're doing great, but we're doing reasonably well. Now let's put this sound on for this race. What have we got next? Oh no, that's not what I'm seeing, that's this GT3. I was hoping that was going to show us what we got next. Oh, here we go. Silverstone.
Been there a few times myself to witness some amazing racing, and I can tell you it will be a spectacle to see. You do not want to miss. So here we go, the lobby has been formed up. We're not quite sure how long there is left to go between now and the race.
Yeah.
1 minute 40 I've been informed, so it shouldn't be too bad and it shouldn't be too long before we see these guys fire off. Again, Cameron Fife on the pole. Next to him, his teammate, Dave Russell, Regan Mitchell in third there in the Sim Sport car. A beautiful orange, black and white livery there. AJR Motorsports Scottish driver Roy Grazzi in fourth place with Aaron Large in fifth. There we go, Steve Haley just behind him, if you can see him just behind the logos. In sixth place with Mark Fimlott just behind him in seventh. Cohen de Groot in the beautiful green Alfa Romeo there in eighth place. Matt Dorrington in the other AJR car of this lobby in ninth. Johnny Seville in the beautiful unmistakable colours of Pulse Sim Sport in 10th. And David Moll and Andrew Ford round out our drivers. So, any predictions for this race, Adam?
Oh, this will be hard. I think David Russell will battle a lot with Cameron, and Regan Grassi is also on their back, so we'll see. Steve Haley also has a good chance to get a podium, and if not the win. They're all fast drivers, and I'm excited to see what's happening.
Absolutely, as am I. So as we wait for this race to go live, we are absolutely looking forward to it.
Deleted. Why was that message deleted?
Got a countdown of just
Message
about
retracted,
23
sorry.
seconds to go
Why was that
as we
retracted?
wait for all the drivers to come out. Obviously,
what
Miles
did you put?
Dixon seems to be in
Solder?
the lobby. Whether he is actually in the race, oh, he is. So we will have
six.
Miles Dixon on the grid. So Miles Dixon has joined us for the last race here. So as we see
Six,
the lights
yeah.
come on, we get ready to go. There we go, all six lights are on. And like that, they're off. And that was a poor start there from our pole sitter, Cameron Fife. Looks like Regan Mitchell's going to try and pull alongside the Cameron Fife Motorsport cars. Doesn't look like he can. Dave Russell does take the position of his teammate. So Regan Mitchell does take the position there. A little bit of contact in the background, but nothing untoward. Looks like everybody makes it through fairly cleanly there. There's the second Pulse driver of Miles Dixon in the background. So we see
Yeah,
a
wait,
lot of
come Solder.
a small number of incidents coming up on the timing screen there. A little bit of contact, but David, there we go. So the biggest winner there currently, Dave Russell, who's just, there we go, big contact between staff and the group. Johnny Seville's been caught up in the incident as well. This has allowed Matt Dorrington to go through. Meanwhile, Jonathan Seville is going to have to try and fight his way through even more than his rival there. So Miles Dixon.
Yeah, where did you come, Solder?
David Moll fighting alongside him. David Moll's been pushed wide. It looks like Miles will go through. Mark Pimlott just in front of him there.
Yeah, we'll see
16.
top 3 at
Oh well,
0.2
you can only get
seconds
better, can't you, mate? You know what I
each
mean?
other, right? So
Keep practicing and you'll get better, man.
trying to get in. The Russell goes
Oh,
wide
very
and he
fast.
turns it. Oh no, that's
So Aaron Large loses out in that situation there. Three Hondas now through. Matt Dorrington up into 4th place. So keeping it clean throughout the first 2 laps has paid off massively for the AJR driver, who is now up into 4th place behind 3 Hondas. So we've got a different race leader so far, and it looks like we may get a different race winner, as Jonathan Seville's down in 11th place and hasn't made up any positions. In fact, he's lost a position in all of this.
yeah. This was a little bit chaotic, but still they're keeping it mostly clean, and yeah, nobody got turned. Luckily, right? So everybody got straightened out, and we are just continuing, right? But as we can see, the top 4 is really close. William Mitchell will not give through any room to David Russell, right? Same as Dorrington to Haley. We are still not seeing yet.
You're absolutely right there.
We are seeing 3 wide in T1. Woo! There, come on, guys.
Johnny Seville
Respect that.
somehow making it through. Amazing racing there from all the drivers. But at the front, here we go. Stephen Haley is catching the back of his teammate Regan Mitchell, who is still not giving any breathing room to our race leader Dave Russell. Dave Russell is doing as hard as he can, racing as hard as he can, sorry, to allow himself the opportunity to take a race victory here.
Yeah, that was so good. I sounded like Prince. So yeah.
There we go. A little bit of contact between the drivers. They all missed the braking point. So this is allowed Matt Dorrington to now close up. So we've now got a 4-way fight for the race lead here. Dorrington obviously with the extra ballast as well. So you've got to bear in mind that these drivers, the 3 drivers in front, have little to no ballast. Meanwhile, Matt Dorrington, who has loads of ballast, is still right on the back of them, and he's gaining. And he's gaining more. And in fact, he sets the fastest lap of the race. So he's now going to look around the outside, and then going to cut back to the inside as we see Mark Pimlott being overtaken there by David Moll. David Moll is following Miles Dixon. So Miles Dixon, missing first 2 races, has come back in and is currently sat in 5th place. But he's pretty happy with that, and all this fighting is going to allow him to try and take a win.
Excellent move by Regan Mitchell from the inside. That was beautiful to see. But he is now on the fire with David Russell and Haley. Haley is going on the inside, and
SimSport drivers are looking for a 1 and 2 here. I don't believe there's been a 1-2 position here at all yet this season, so we're going to see how that goes. Stephen Haley's going down the inside there. Looks like he's going to make the position. Matt Dorrington is going to close up behind him. He's going to look down the outside. And from him, Miles Dixon sets the fastest lap of below a 55 seconds. It was a rapid lap there from Miles Dixon. Miles Dixon definitely looks like he could take a race win here. Matt Dorrington goes down the inside, sees the opportunity, just tries to go around Dave Russell. Dave Russell's going to have a little bit more traction through. So here we go. We're going to see who does come out on top here. Going to be Dave Russell, but Dave Russell is not going to have any breathing space. He's now got an Audi and a Toyota Aventus behind him. And there's going to be a lot of fighting here for the final podium position, and this is allowing Dave Moll, who smacks the wall, followed by Mark Pimlott, Aaron Large, Cohen de Groot. You can see the other other Pulse driver there in the background, Jonathan Seville. Dorrington goes down the inside. Miles Dixon's going to get the better run though, so Miles is going to win throughout all of this. Miles Dixon seems to have won it out. He has indeed, so Miles Dixon now takes the podium position away from Matt Dorrington. So Matt Dorrington does all the hard work, and then Miles goes, oh thank you, I'll take that position, and goes through.
He did very well there, but he's on the hunt for the podium win, as I can see. And we are seeing now them side by side going outside, but Miles will take that place. Excellent move, excellent battle from those guys, but Mitchell and Haley now need to work together to stop Dixon's
He's making a very good charge.
Oh, as I said, a little bit of comment. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, so Cameron 5 now in the pit lane. So something's happened to our our race 3 pole sitter. He's now in the pit lane. So whatever's happened to him is an unfortunate situation. He's now in the pit lane. Roy Grassi overtakes Cohen de Groot. Jonathan Seville hasn't made any positions. He's still sat down in 11th place.
Yeah, that is all. I guess he doesn't have the pace for this one, but as you can see behind, it's a great battle from everything. He's now going into it, and on the inside, and a little bit of hit there, still all good, and he's he made the move. Will he stick to it? They're side by side still, and Large is no, that's not Large. Sorry,
Let's
the
go
Groot
in.
is.
Going to Groot is going to
Yeah, he's holding the position as we can see at the front. Gracia and Maul battling all around the great battles, but this may be the problem, right? For Seville, he's battling with all those guys. He's going on the inside. Oh, that was close. Going on the outside, and he got the position.
There we go. He
out.
does get the
He's
position.
very aggressive now. He's trying. He maybe saved the tires a little bit, right, for the second part of the race.
He may absolutely be saving the tyres for the second half of the race. You're absolutely right there. Stephen Haley sets a personal fastest lap. Miles Dixon once again goes fastest with 54.8. So he's going to try and catch the back of the two DMA Simsport cars. So you can see him in the foreground there, just going through past turn one. And that looks like Aaron Large is going to lose out massively there. As Jonathan Seville goes up into 9th place, Miles Dixon in 3rd place, still being chased down by Matt Dorrington. Matt Dorrington giving no room to the Pulse Simsport driver, so even with the extra ballast, Matt Dorrington still trying.
So I think, from that what I just heard, I think I'm starting in 7th, maybe 8th, because of the reverse grid and the wild card that gets thrown up. So we'll have to see how we get on with this race. Hopefully I haven't got too much ballast, and we can make a few moves.
See, they're all coming through the chicane now. It looks fairly clean so far. There's a little bit of a gap between each of the drivers, but as you can see, each of those gaps are slowly closing. And you can see just in the background there, we've got still battle going on for 6th place there with Pimlock, Mole and Grassy. So Miles Dixon in 3rd currently, trying to chase down Stephen Haley and Regan Mitchell of the DMA Simsport team. Jonathan Seville, our race 1 and race 2 winner for the Pro Lobby, currently in 9th, being chased down by Andrew Fawkes. The Honda seems to be able to keep up quite nicely with Jonathan Seville in the Audi as he pushes through into the what looks to be a lap 9 of what looks to probably be about 18 or 19 laps. Roy Grassy still trying to chase the back of David Moll, the German. He looks down the inside. It's going to be a very good move if he makes the move. Tries it, thinks about it, just about doesn't make the move. It's a very close move, and if he had pulled it off, I think I'd have been very impressed.
That was dangerous move, and I'm glad that he backed off. That was really close. He was on the brakes way too late, but all went well. That was good to see.
You're absolutely right there. So Miles Dixon hasn't actually gained any time on Regan or Stephen. So Miles has pushed so hard in the first few laps that I think his tyres have absolutely sort of detonated. You can see now 55.108, 51.17, 55.2. So he's losing time to the cars in front. Matt Dorrington, in fact, was faster than him last lap. So even with all the ballast in Matt Dorrington's car, Miles is definitely having an issue there. Miles looks to be having an issue with his tyres.
Don't forget that he was battling through the field from the last position, so that takes a toll on the tires. Now, in the last 8 minutes, as you saw on T1, basically you can see that he's starting to struggle with it.
Yeah, don't forget, people, this is my first
Absolutely, he seems to be
weekend
struggling a little
league
bit with
racing.
those tyres. So
On
you
Assetto Corsa.
see the Pulse Simsport driver trying to just
I
gain
did miss
any
the
time he
first two
can
races of this
over
league.
the DMA Simsport cars.
But
Still not been able to
we're giving it
shake
a
the
go and
tail.
see
That
what
is Matt Dorrington. Matt
we
Dorrington
can
does
do.
gain a little bit of time here. Roy Grassy goes down the
Hopefully we
inside of
can,
David Moll meanwhile, and he looks like he's finally made the
do
move
some
on the German. The German seems to have conceded the place there to the Scotsman. That's one to say. It was a very clean move there by the Scotsman. But the German's going to come back at him. David Moll does not want to give up the position at all. He looks like he's going to pull alongside the Avensis. So the Alpha just about alongside. Is he going to be able to make a move at all? No, he's not.
Yeah, that was great, the defensive driving by Grassy, but Moll is still not getting off that is. Not letting him off that is, right? He will attack again as soon as he can. As you can see, he's on his slipstream and gaining on him fairly quickly. As we are seeing, Steve Haley is getting on Regan Mitchell at the top.
Absolutely. You're right there. So you can see Regan Mitchell is losing a bit of time to his teammate there. The last lap was actually fastest. We'll see how they see when they come, how fast they are when they come across the line. So they come across the line, and 4/10 was the time that Stephen Haley gained over Regan Mitchell in that last lap. So the last lap seemed to be something wrong with Regan Mitchell's car. So whether he's going to fix it in time before the end of before he gets caught is yet to be seen. Looks like they were fairly quick. In fact, Regan Mitchell was quicker than him in Sector 1. Roy Grassi once again back down the inside of David Mole. David Mole isn't giving up that battle just yet. Matt Dorrington is trying as hard as he can to catch the back of Miles Dixon. Miles Dixon seems to be pretty much comfortable there. In fact, almost identical gaps between second, third and fourth there. And Stephen Haley now right on the back of his teammates. So Regan's got a situation here. Regan is very, very slow here. In fact, he was 5/10 slower than his teammate through the second sector. That's allowed Stephen, to catch right up to the back of him. And obviously, if he loses another 5/10 to him, it could mean the difference between him winning or losing the race.
Yeah, definitely, but I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe he slowed down a little bit just to ease off of his tires or something. He does look like he's fairly slow, but I think he's keeping up. The problem is now, if there are two lanes, so they need to figure out if he's too slow to get the win, and he needs to let Mr. Haley through, right? Because Miles Dixon is bringing on their back, same as Dorrington, so they don't need to battle too much.
You're absolutely right there. I mean, team orders could be a thing, but at the same time, obviously they may both want that win, because obviously while there is a team's championship, there is also the question of the solo championship, and which one do they want more? And that's the big question. As we come across the line to start lap number 14, you can see that the times once again, Stephen Haley is faster than his teammate, and it's still closing up rapidly, so it looks like they are going to race each other here. There's no team orders at play here. He's just going to race him and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, as I was saying, the Regan was only 2/10 of Haley, so that's better than last lap. Something happened. Maybe he went wide somewhere, lost sometimes, but I think he's recovering. Miles Dixon, on the other hand, isn't coming close, and even with this fight, right? So yeah, we still have 4 minutes or 6 laps before the end of the race, right? So we'll see. Still really interesting to see what these two guys will do.
Absolutely. Well, I'm pretty sure we've never had two Hondas at the front of the podium, and obviously it could still change yet, but currently DMA Simsport Racing still P1 and 2 with the Pulse Simsport car of Miles Dixon closing down fast. Matt Dorrington seems to have developed a gap between himself and Miles. So
yeah, David Russell is on the fire by Pimlott and Gracie, right? And this will be interesting. He may have good tires. He wasn't at the front and a little bit having the problems and misfortunes at the start, but he's now greatly at the risk of losing 5th position. He will definitely defend as much as he can, but Gracie and Pimlott are right on his tail.
You're absolutely right there, my friend. As we can see, Dave Russell now being chased by Mark Pimlott in the RSK Motorsport car, followed by the AJR Simsport car of Roy Grassi. Not far behind is Jonathan Seville and David Mould. Jonathan Seville obviously wanting to gain as many points as he can towards Matt Dorrington, obviously gaining more points than Matt Dorrington in the first 2 rounds, but also this is a massive gap that he'll lose to Matt Dorrington. Obviously the championship leader needing as many points as he can to keep a nice gap between himself and the rest of the field. We can see now Roy, looks like Jonathan Seville has gone round the inside of David Moll. We're going to see where they come out. David Moll looks like there's a bit of contact in the background there. It does come up on the data that they do, and there we go. They come back out with Jonathan Seville in front. So there'll be a few stewards inquiries from this race, not as many as there were last time. But Miles Dixon is now close up to the back of
Here we go.
Haley is now going to have to defend from the Pulse Simsport driver who missed out race 1 and 2. I believe he was actually at his own. He was at his RC Racing League today, So he's come away from his RC Racing League with a win. He's trying to get the win here in the third round of the Virtual Touring Car Cup in race 3 at the Norris Ring. You can see 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. You can see Stephen Haley working as hard as he can to catch his teammate and then also defend from Miles Dixon. Meanwhile, Matt Dorrington has dropped off back to 2 seconds. So we're going to see if we see these guys battle. It could allow the Toyota Events AJR car to catch up to the back and obviously keep his record of being every race so far this season.
If something happens with this, but the point is, right, so it can happen. Dixon is on the back of Haley, and he will try everything, trying probably be most respectful as he can, but you know, sometimes accidents happen and Dorrington still can finish on podium, right? We still have 2 laps to go and anything can happen. Whilst here we're seeing Dixon going a little bit wide there, but he's still closing a little bit of better with his own. And now we're seeing Bill Lott with Gracie and Russell still battling for the 5th position. David Russell is really doing a good job defending his 5th position in these last few laps.
You're absolutely right there as we come back towards the lead battle. The lead battle now we go with the Miles Dixon's going to look down the outside. He's going to try and do a little bit of a switch back here. He's going to try to hold the outside line, cut towards the inside. He gets a very good exit out of the turn. He's right on the back of Stephen Haley. Stephen Haley had to go defensive there. So Miles Dixon is going to look for a move now. He's going to try and make the position on Stephen Haley. Final lap here. We just got the white flag lap confirmation. Here we go. Stephen Haley now trying to defend from Miles Dixon. Miles Dixon looks down the outside. Tries to switch back. He does look for the switch back. He tags the back of the Honda. Honda still stays straight though as they come through towards the chicane. Miles is going to push as much as he can to get past the DMA SimSport driver. All he's got to do is hold on for a few more corners yet, and it looks like he may well do, as Miles Dixon still tries to upset this 1-2 as much as he can. He's being a big nuisance like Verstappen would be to the Mercedes cars. He's being pushed as wide as he can. Stephen Haley pushing him to the complete other end of the circuit. It isn't going to be enough though, as Miles Dixon's now going to look down the inside. He should have a better run through the final corner. So we'll see Regan Mitchell take the win, but we're going to see whether Miles Dixon or Stephen Haley can cross the line first. It's going to be a drag race between the Honda and the Audi as we come across the line. It's going to be Regan Mitchell to take race 3 win. It's going to be Stephen Haley in second, 0.065 seconds behind is Miles Dixon. A great race from these two in the last lap. Matt Dorrington in 4th place, Roy Grassi coming towards the line in 5th place. He finally got past Dave Russell, so after a great defence, Dave Russell does lose out to him. Mark Pimlott in 7th place, Jonathan Seville in 8th place, 9th place for David Moore, Andrew Ford in 10th, Aaron Large in 11th, and Curtin de Groot finishing our top 12 runners. Obviously, we did have Cameron Fife, but he did retire after 4 laps. What a final race.
Yeah, that was excellent to see. Up until the last meter of the race, they're battling for 2nd position. That was awesome drive by SimSport guys, and Miles Dixon, who did an excellent job coming from the back of the grid.
You're absolutely right there. And more importantly, that's the first. I believe that is the first 1-2 we've had for any lobby, for any team.
Right, race 3 about to begin. Let's see how we do. I think I've got Ballas. in third? Oh, shit, I'm in third. Again. I don't know if I've got ballast on or not at the minute. So I'm sure we'll find out. Dude behind me got lights on to try and intimidate. Broad daylight, high beams on. Lovely. I knew, mate, I knew. Yeah, good luck all. Big pile up behind me. Cheers, DJ. Second place. So I've had a third, a sixth, and a second. So I haven't done too bad today, to be honest. Cheers, man. I don't know if I'm supposed to be up into interview thing or not, but you know, I'll just sit here and wait. Yeah, it was an easy course, to be fair, DJ. There was a bit of awkwardness on the chicane, because that right-hander into chicane was horrible, and trying to get hard at left-hander, I was getting major understeer, so I was struggling a little bit, but you know. Cheers, man. I think I did reasonably well then. Yeah, man.
Thanks for not giving me a breath.
Not giving you a breath? What do you mean?
That's some brilliant racing tonight, guys. Clint, congratulations on your first 2 podiums.
Yeah, not bad for my first entries as well.
Absolutely, I was saying that on the stream. Mark, I'm gutted for you. Stu Neal, fucking brilliant driving in that Honda. Mate, there was interesting situations in that race. I mean, we caught the first race, somebody got flipped. So, yeah, if you watch back the stream, there's a flip, you know, first race. So, yeah, no, it was a brilliant racing between you and Mark. Like, we were loving it. Definitely.
Yes, I was getting understeer in that corner, mate. That's why I couldn't go much quicker. First race wasn't so bad because
Who was set for some really good results. Obviously, Glenn definitely got benefit from it. But, yeah. Obviously, there's a lot of inquiries, and I think next round is going to be a very stern talking to, isn't there? Yeah, that would be great, because, again, watching from my position, I was like, yeah, I remember this 2 seasons ago when we all got bollocked. Yeah. Absolutely, there was a few massive sends. Can't remember who it was, but somebody sent it from so far back that we weren't even paying attention. They still managed to make the corner. So it's annoying.
yeah, with understeer I had DJ. I was struggling, and plus I had ballast on, which was just throwing my car all over the place. You know what I mean? Major slide without ballast on.
Yeah, I saw that. And again, a lot of incident reviews, and I can guarantee there could even be a suspension for a couple drivers. So.
I hope I'm not getting a suspension.
No, I don't think you did anything wrong, to be fair, buddy. I think it was a few drivers just turned people into walls.
I saw a mass pile up turn 1 at third race in my rear view, and I'm like, wow, I'm glad I'm not in that.
Yeah, I saw everybody. Well, race 1 again. Like we saw some interesting situations. But again, Norris Ring is such a big track that it was bound to happen. Let's be honest. We kind of accepted that there was going to be situations where people were going to have accidents, but not to the level that we saw. And I can guarantee Toby will be looking over every single incident that was caught on stream and and obviously as reported. Obviously he's going to, I think, maybe race 3, I can see a change in the podium, not yourself, Glenn, but I can see a couple of changes possibly, depending on what happens there. Again, there's a lot of pushing. I don't think that's going to quite slide, Stuart. I'll try, but I don't think it's going to slide.
Glenn, you were lucky you were near that first corner. I know you saw it in your mirrors. I had to swerve a little bit.
Yeah, I was watching. We were just watching. I was like, I'm glad that I didn't have to race. I was going to actually race it with you guys tonight.
Yeah.
I should back for round 4. I'm going to get the same.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Should be good fun.
Yeah, that track was like me just warming up my tyres trying to get around everyone because it was just scattered everywhere.
You did well, though, dude. You did well to stay out of the way if you needed to, and you didn't look like you caused much issues. So I'm pretty sure Stuart and Mark will say the same.
Yeah.
So, but again, you're not expected to do well in your debut. I think Glyn just got very lucky there. I think it's his profile picture with that clover in it. So, yeah, but it was a good job from everybody. Like the racing itself, when you weren't crashing into each other, was absolutely incredible. We loved every second of it. You know, there was some great moves, there was some great defending. You know, it was quite shocking. I'm surprised you've not done your livery for the Honda, Stu. Yeah, the one your Civic Cup car. I mean, yeah, if you ask Toby, I don't mind having a look at trying to do it for you. Well, yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm happy to have a go. I mean, I've been doing enough. Yeah. Then I went down to the local graphics place and said they are. I took some photos of it and said, I want that. Yeah. That was it was good, man, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple liveries coming out next year that I'm going to take, obviously, as soon as they get on the actual race cars, I'm plastering them over my social media. Hopefully, all being well, even Nick Duke's car, so.
I've just quickly jumped in. Adam, great commentary.
Thanks, bud.
Glenn and Jamie, good job, lads. That was pretty impressive.
I tried, you know what I mean? I tried.
Yeah, I tried. Mate, that's all you can do. But it was good performance within all the realm of the pro-am races.
Mate, you're telling me I didn't get a breath in any of the races? Nobody wanted to give me or Adam a chance to breathe.
It was carnage, to say the least. It didn't get better, though. It did get better.
I'd say it's debatable. Every race looked like it settled down, and then something would happen.
Right, I'm gonna go. Catch you in a bit, lads. Yeah, take it easy. Right.
In a bit, man.
I'm also gutted that it wasn't Fisher Motorsport that got the first one too.
It was definitely not my race all round. I mean,
I was gutted for you, mate. I honestly was, because you're such a great lad and you definitely deserve better.
just, try and stay out of it. No, get smashed into T1 pretty much every single race. And then that last corner, man, I knew the whole time I'd been playing that safe, especially against Hayes, because he just dive bombed down the inside there. There was no way he'd ever make the corner if I took my normal line. And then in that last one, I took his line, but he still just went straight through me. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Sorry, man, what a mess.
Absolutely, I'm about to quickly do the points now and see who's actually going to
obviously Dorrington also dropped points in race 3, so yeah, that was quite surprising. Honestly, mate, it wasn't bad. From you, you know, you flipped it round this race, and again, like if I am racing at Silverstone, I know it's going to be tough to beat. But again, it's one of the tracks that I quite like, and if I do Brands Hatch, obviously I've got a win there already in the VTCC, so definitely one of my favourite tracks. Yeah. That must be even more painful for everyone that's practiced to hear that. Yeah. Which, like I say, I'm glad that the season sort of fits in with my calendar as well, because I think it literally coincides with Positive Perceptions League, and also means that I still get to do Race of Remembrance, so that's going to be fucking fun. You up there this year, or? Yeah. What's that one? Endurica. Nice. Very nice. Brands Hatch, is it in internet? Is it next to England, or? Oh god, 8.25 hours of Indy. Yikes. Yikes. See, if I didn't live so far away, I'd come down and watch that. Yeah. Ironically, there's somebody selling an Enduro car up here for 5.5 grand, and I was like, trying to persuade John Earp to buy it. I was like, come on, you know you want to. But yeah, unfortunately, we've got enough projects. Yeah, there's no power.
I'm gonna have to look at the next race.
It's a momentum race more than anything.
I think it's Silverstone, isn't it, next?
Yeah, I can imagine, like, you know, I'm quite looking forward to the potential what we've got next year, because obviously we've got 2 cars at the moment.
Was it Brands?
Mazda. We're looking at expanding to 5 cars next year across 3 series, so that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a fucking mad one, which is why we need to get more free labour, I mean students, into the team, so, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm a student, so I'm the student president now for the society, because officially it's a society, which is why we get, you know, it does work. And yeah, we've hired a couple Germans this year to come help us, which it's always great, but always hire a German if you can. They're just so efficient, honestly. And yeah, obviously, again, it's all, I think 90% of it's going to be across the 750 series, but I think one will be something else. Again, it all depends. It's a lot of basically depending on whether this guy provides what he says he's going to provide. Sponsorship next year with Traction, which is fucking amazing. They're doing leaps and bounds for us. Both Mazda and the Lotus are getting Club Enduro liveries sponsored by Traction, which means we're the first. traction. Fuchs always been alongside us. Nick is a fucking great. Nick is a great tyre supplier. He's just like so honest with us as well. Like he won't sell us more than we need. I don't know if you've ever worked with Nick Dougal, so. But honestly, he's such a good tyre expert. Like, he'll go. Well, he like again. He's one of those guys that will tell you straight. You know, this is the fastest tyre for your car. And 90% of the time, yeah.
No, sorry, people. I'm just trying to work out what's next track.
Yeah. I mean, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose it is kind of cheating because he is racing that car as well. But you know, at the same time, there's no such thing as cheating. It's just tactical advantage. But you say that, I say that, and then you got James Kell, who was a British GT driver in the same series in a car that's about twice the price of ours. You know, that is cheating. I like Sheared Autosport. They're lovely guys over there. You know, we'd sometimes sat in the garage with them, and they're a good laugh to have alongside. But yeah, you know, James Kell and his dad can fork out twice the price we can. They've got a sequential in the MX-5 with all the tricks and gadgets to basically make them faster. Alton Park, he managed to get. Sorry, I mean, he gained got a 30-second stop-go penalty for a dangerous release in front of us. Then gained the 30 seconds and the pit lane back, and then overtook us, and then also overtook Tangerine before the red flag yesterday. And I was just like, how the fuck can an MX-5 do that, gain 3 places, overtake for a podium, then get to 2nd place? They got dropped to 3rd because of the red flag, but still, you know, a 30-second stop go should be at the end of your race. Somehow they're cheating with the cheating. They pretty much could have won the race if there was another 10 minutes, I reckon. Well, yeah. Exactly. Well, let's put it into perspective. You know, Club Enduro was meant to be about manufacturer cars, you know, like factory stock cars that are turned into race cars. That's fine, you know, the Kells still technically come under that to an extent, despite their car being an MX-5 Cup car from factory rather than obviously built. But then you look at the A-Class, the top 5 cars were TCRs. They're not factory cars. Tell me where in the fuck you can buy a road-going Seat Leon TCR. What area? I just don't like them. Every time they ran out of fuel, we'd laugh at them. I'm sorry, but we did. That was the fact. You know, Area are a business, and yes, you know, they want to win, and that's fine. They've taken the championship for 3 years in a row now because of their cheating McCheats and TCRs. But it's not Club Motorsport if you're bringing touring cars to a club race. You know. They should be in the TCR trophies or TCR Cup. Yeah, again, like somebody was saying while they were handing out the awards, what is A-Class? Is it now the TCR trophy or something? Because honestly, it should be its own class. If they're going to race them, fine. They're not actually too much faster, but they should be their own class. Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's be honest, Army Motorsport had been a little bit of a ballet when they Holden Commodore to endurance racing. You can imagine how well that goes. Sounds amazing, but it doesn't last an hour. And then you've obviously got the TCR cars. Unfortunately, I forget his name as well. The only person that was able to take a fight to them was, I think it's Joe something. And he had his proper like GT4 spec Lotus Elise. Even the GT4 cars that Tegua were bringing, you know, Tegua were bringing their GT4 car, and they still couldn't beat a TCR car. It says a lot about how much area are spending on their vehicles. You know, they're hiring out these cars at $5,000 a race weekend, and they're taking all the trophies home. You know, I don't get me wrong, that's fine. If you're gonna race, you're gonna race. You know, but when they get beaten, they just shovel more money in. You know, the Kells have put so much money in their car. The closest rival we have is Flying Tangerine, who spend about the same as us, and the racing between them, us and them, is fucking amazing. I might send a link, a clip of the race that we had with them, because when we did race them and we were racing the area civics, we were racing well. You know, we do actually have a chance of holding them up and keeping with them. It should be.
Right, still, Adam, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to catch you on a bit. Cheers for the best, lads. Been grand.
No worries.
Take it easy. See you guys later.
See ya. I do as well. I'm meant to be calling my girlfriend. I meant to call her about 5 minutes ago, but well. But yeah, like I say, but I do agree. I hope we're entering single make series next year with cars that are hopefully coming in.
Actually, it's your drive, so you deal with it. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, John added a mod. Well, how did he add a mod? And I managed to get in, and I haven't been told about it.
He's back.
Welcome back, mate. Nice race.
Which one?
Back. You fucked up.
Which race, Sim?
NPC mod. You gotta download it. Me.
Ah, shit.
I've already done that, though, haven't I? Earlier. Dude, like, freaking, oh man, Michael fucking bullshit on that race where you lost. Like,
Well, come sixth.
bullshit.
You mean second race?
Dude, I call bullshit. I love fucking day. You can say you were heavy.
I were heavy, man. But it was just like I got more weight than everybody else.
Yeah, but you would have looked what? Because of your fuel, you would have lost weight. If anything, like, you know, I get that you were heavy, but Jesus Christ, they were passing you like you weren't even moving.
Oh no, man, I know. Them Audis though, man, it's like they've got 4-wheel drive, man.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that four-wheel drive shouldn't be in the same race as freaking front-wheel drive.
And if you know them Audis, you know they're 4-wheel drive.
Oh, fudge, you know what, I don't know many Audis in races that are fucking two-wheel drive. Do you know what I mean? So I'm calling a little bit of BS on that. Even John called it. Like, you sure they didn't change their setup?
I don't think they were happy with me getting a third in my first race, were they?
Dude, you're a fucking amazing driver, dude. And you were like fucking slamming those fucking corners like you weren't even slowing down. You weren't slowing down. Like that chicane, you couldn't have gone into that chicane any faster than what you was going into.
No, because any faster I will get in understeer.
Yeah. And that Audi that was behind you, all of a sudden he appears and then he overtakes you and then they're gone. Bye, see you later, you know. Pretty sure Mike's Saturday ain't working.
Yeah, I know. What can you do? I tried.
I feel sorry for Solder.
Yeah, but Solder did well, you know what I mean? At least he finished, you know what I mean? Most people get into that situation where he was in and they just quit, you know what I mean? But he stuck it out and he finished, which is the best thing to do, you know what I mean? It can only get better, can't it, Solder?
Yeah.
and you've got 2 weeks now. You've got 2 weeks now to get yourself on Silverstone International, get some practice in, play with your setup, and see what works. Because what works for me might not work for you. As you've seen with that race, I can race aggressive. You know what I mean? I can race aggressive if I need to.
I mean, you race like a pussycat.
I race like a pussycat.
If you watch all their fucking replays back, you'll see corners where I got fucking rammed, spun. I was fucking left outside.
Sold up first race, yeah. I was in middle of a pack, yeah, and I got bounced all over the place on first race, yeah.
Someone reversed into me.
And I got out of it fairly cleanly, but I did get some airbow damage.
Yeah, it was fucking.
Bollocks is what it is.
And then I had to drive, and then the last race, when got on the starting line, fucking had a drive through penalty. I was like, fuck, I just forgot to fucking put this clutch in. And I was just beating myself up.
Oh, God said, man. That's why Cameron quit, you know.
Was it?
Yeah, because he got a drive through, so he just pulled into the pits and stayed there.
Yeah, but he's our teammate, he should be fucking trying to go for it as well.
Yeah, he should have.
I went for a drive-through penalty. I was like, fuck this. First lap. Only instruments kicked into the first lap. Let's try and go for this drive-through penalty as quick as we can. But I got in as quick as I could, went back round, and I was catching this other car. And then, all of a sudden, he slammed his brakes on. It was like he was trying to brake check me into a corner, and then I was rammed into a barrier and got under pressure.
I was behind somebody in one of the races. I can't remember which race it were. Toyota Avensis. Yeah, and I was slipstreaming him, gaining on him big time, and he lagged. And I really got close to hitting back of him. You know what I mean? I literally had to tap the brakes. And after I tapped brakes, yeah, I just couldn't catch him again. You know what I mean?
You did good though, man. You did well. Better than me anyway.
I'm disappointed in you, old man. You did come first.
Yeah. At least I got on the podium twice though, John. Come on. In the first race.
But they didn't even get your radio talk. So they said they'll do that next week. No, 2 weeks time. They forgot.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, making you stream their YouTube channel.
No, I asked them to do it while I was sat there waiting. You know what I mean? Because I'd have been sat there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, yeah, twiddling my thumbs, yeah, with nothing for the viewers to be able to watch. Yeah, so I asked, can I stream your channel to watch the other race? Yeah, so my viewers can see the other race. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It was something to do while I was sat there waiting, you know what I mean? Something for other people to watch while I wasn't racing. But I don't like that format that they did for that race.
To be honest.
That's what I mean. My setup might not work for you, Solder, because I drive fairly aggressively.
No, I tweaked it after. I changed it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I went on the 22. I put the tyres up into 22 in the end.
I had one lap on last race, yeah, about 8 minutes in, yeah, and it was like I got a puncture. Back end was just all over the place, going into braking zones, and then a lap later, it was fine again. It was weird.
I was like the back leader, to be honest. I was like the most getting lapped every 10 minutes.
You didn't get lapped at that much. You got lapped in first race, and I know
And the second race,
I don't know about second race. I didn't lap you on second race, but I did on third race. I did on first and third.
yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
There's 147 tribes.
On what?
That's Arbor.
Oh, damn.
And then Leaf from Nasty. Some of them are nasty, some of them are pretty dinos. They can be your little bitches.
Yeah, but not in my luck. First one I walk up to with that one that wants to rip my head off.
They're pretty well secluded. Yeah, just don't go too close to their bases because they've got nasty things. They've got plant species eggs on top of their roof.
Oh, lovely.
And turrets. The one down in the cove. Yeah, I'll just do a flow very quickly now.
Hold on a second, I'm not watching.
Essentially, old man.
Mm-hmm.
Here he goes again with that central. We've got 5 drivers already.
Nice.
6 if you include my old man.
Nice.
And I'm also waiting for you as well. This one's not too bad. Okay, this one's
This one's not too bad at level 304, 300 and odd. Yeah, alright. I ain't got a single animal that level.
it's an RG. It's no real turrets there, which is a first take. Because, oh man,
Uh-huh.
what place did Jack finish in all 3 races?
I'm not sure, mate.
Let's do it. I'm not sure where he did Jack won it.
No, I don't. I'm not sure what I did. I know one of the races are having a real good race up there at front, and then something happened and he dropped right back.
Yeah, I saw that. When I watched, because I was watching your thing,
Mm-hmm.
don't hang him back. I don't know if he like caught up or anything because I was being attacked at the time. Because certain bright spark said, "Oh, go up, press E, go and talk to this person." So I go and do it, and then I come under attack. Oh man, I went to go and press E, and it was nice. Yeah, I'm fucking mate. You know when we get this team, you know when we get this racing team. You mentioned that other racing team, right? I got banned. I'll be like, right, you're banned. I ain't joking. Like, it winds me up when I even talk about that. They're fucking shit. Their rules are fucking shit. Old man fucking robbed me. He was the best racer on that fucking track. Yeah. I don't know.
There was some good racing on that track. There was some bad racing. There was some bad racing, but there was some good racing.
You were second or you were third all the way, right? And then all of a sudden you dropped back to 6th and they were just losing you like you were some go-kart.
I know, that was just weird, that. It was like my tyres just let go and I just couldn't do nothing, you know what I mean?
I call admin abuse. Yo, Jack, how's it going? Your microphone is not working if you're speaking.
He's gone again.
Bless me, is that audio issues, right?
I know he's been having issues.
This is really fucking weird. Like, as soon as we see it, we called it. It was like, hang on, something ain't right here. You're going the same speed, yet they're overtaking you and losing and like leaving you behind.
Mm-hmm.
You see that Audi that crashed the barrier and just like whizzed past you like what? Yeah, so it's just bullshit.
Yeah, do you see that where I was behind him coming out of that chicane? He tapped the barrier. I didn't touch the barrier, but I couldn't catch him. Even though I was slipstreaming, yeah, he just pulled away.
That's why I think, you know, they're not racing against other people though, are they? They're racing against the people in their community.
Yeah, and a lot of them people in that community are real life racers. Yeah, they do race in real life.
Yeah, that's all very fine, but I still call admin abuse. I mean, there's people that could. To be fair, being a racer in real life don't mean shit. Look at Jimmy Broadbent, right?
Mhm.
He went into a race with Lewis Hamilton and he beat him.
Yeah, I can believe it, man. You know what I mean? I can believe it. Yeah, because I know I beat some real racers today. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Yeah. And I pissed a few people off. But it's the way it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just one of the things.
What's the word, dude?
I was gutted I didn't get my 5 minutes of fame though on YouTube channel for him.
Right. There weren't that many people watching it, right, to be fair. At one point it went to 30, then it dropped down to 20, and then it was like 20 and 50.
Mhm.
Bouncing between 20 and 50. Their service seemed kind of a little bit laggy.
Yeah. There was a guy with a ping of 700 though, which does not help. You know what I mean? That does not help at all. I think it was that Toyota Ventus that I was behind that lagged, and I nearly took him out.
It's just fucking took him out.
Why?
Why?
Did you take anybody else? Did you take anybody out? Yeah, but did you take anybody out?
I don't think so.
Well, you shouldn't get a ban then, because you didn't take nobody out.
You need to stop being so negative towards yourself.
I thought that there might be an incident with me. You know, that first corner incident in race one. Yo, it was 3 wide. I got hit from the left, and I bounced into on the right. I had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? I just put my foot down and thought, fuck 'em. You know what I mean? There was no else I could do. Yeah, let them. You know what I mean? I had nowhere to go. I got hit on both sides. What could I do? But I think for my first racing on there, I didn't do too bad. Wow.
It would have been better if they were DTM cars.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you DTM cars.
The DTMs are better though. The rear wheel drive.
What, mate?
You can power out corners better.
You don't say that about DTM cars.
And when you're racing against a 4-wheel drive and a rear wheel drive in this little fucking shitty front wheel drive, you're gonna struggle.
No one asked you, pink eye. Pink eye's got Gladys. Oh, that's something from there.
I'm gonna stop my stream, peoples, and might start another one and go on Arc, but we'll see what happens.